Hi, I'm David. In this video, I will go over my creative process of animating the Halloween intro for the MCD network. I had finished the standard intro for the MCD network, and they proposed creating a variation of the intro for their Halloween content. Since they had previously brought up making intro variations with different themes, I made sure that I had a modular pipeline so I could make changes based on the client's needs. The MCD network wanted to incorporate Halloween colors and themes, which I did through hue and saturation controls on the source files. They also wanted to change the stationary light cycle to pumpkins. This change would be as simple as swapping the source file with the stationary light cycle with the client-approved pumpkin asset. I also suggested some artistic changes to use the moon behind the logo with bats flying past the moon, kind of like classic cartoon cliches, such as Scooby-Doo. With the outline of the client's vision established, I went to work researching the look and assets needed to create the Halloween intro. I started by looking at older cartoon bat animations and found that the look wasn't quite right. Apparently, the classic cartoon bats were animated like cartoon birds with an up and down motion to their wings. Scientists with modern technology and high-speed cameras discovered that bats flap their wings differently than birds. So, a generic up-down wing animation would not look good. Now I could pay homage to the classic but inaccurate style. I could reference the real bats for my animation. I went for a realistic approach, analyzing reference footage and drawing thumbnail sketches. I needed an understanding of how bats move in 3D space so I could capture the look in my animation. The animation needed to loop for my motion graphics pipeline, so thumbnail sketches helped me determine the look and the keyframe poses needed to create the flight cycle. Instead of rotoscoping the reference footage, I keyed the bat splines by hand to ensure the silhouette read well in motion. I chose to create the bat as a spline shape in After Effects for greater control of the 2D animation. The effect can be achieved in any program, so After Effects is not always the right tool for the job. I separated the bat splines into key body parts. The wing was animated first as it made up the bat's hands and feet driving the action. Then I animated out from the core. I had to pay close attention to the way that the bat pushes its head down and brings its feet together to push through the air. Now the bat flight speed was established by using each keyframe as a single frame for the animation. The last frame lines up just before the first frame of the animation to create a flight cycle. In After Effects, I pre-composed the bat animation frames so I could apply a loop time expression to the comp. Once the bat was set up with a flight cycle, I could use it in a particle simulation, or duplicate and key the bat's flight path by hand. The bat particle simulation works great for large swarms or background detail. And while the particle system of bats was really cool, I opted to set up a flight path across the screen using 2 keyframes. And the bat was duplicated and offset in timing and scale. I adjusted the flight path using a Bezier curve for the start and end keyframes, which created a variation of the flight path. I placed some additional bats in front of the logo in a way that did not hinder the viewer from seeing the logo. With all the bats in place, I sent a rough edit to the client for approval and made slight adjustments as needed. Overall, I had a blast creating the motion graphics for the MCD network. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content.